still waiting?
There's YouTube. Okay, cool. So Twitch and YouTube, welcome. Happy Saturday. Let's see here. If you've got any questions or comments, be sure to drop them in the chat. And let's go ahead and jump in for today. Building off of what was the message on Christmas Day, which is to clear out your workspace, clear out your altar. I kind of wanted to give some more tips that have helped me to regain focus, to stay focused, or, just how to encounter opposition and keep moving forward. The first thing is that when we start each day the same way, I think that sets us up for success. And it kind of frames our day with a certain mindset, and having that mindset, having the consistent mindset will help us out. I like to write down my intentions and then read them aloud a few times. And this is good to help me focus on what I'm trying to do. And it also is a good check-in to say, are my intentions really lined up with me? Is this really what I'm interested in doing? And intentions change, and it's okay. This is a process of, getting to know ourselves. So it's okay if the intentions change. But one of the points of writing them down and then saying them out loud is to, to make certain that your intentions are what you say they are. And then this comes almost a prayer or a mantra. And it doesn't need to be big. It doesn't need to be dramatic. It can be very small. It can be something as simple as, I intend today to be a good day. I set the intention for today to be a good day. And then as you get comfortable with that, maybe it will branch out. Maybe it won't, and that's fine. But the important thing, I think, is to just have it, to set it, and then to do it on a daily basis. Another thing that I think helps me out is to utilize my successes and my failures. And I do that by using success as an encouragement. I tell myself, I've done it before, so I can do it again, right? If you've done it before, you can do it again. And I also store my success for a reminder that when things aren't working, I will be successful again. Everything moves in cycles. Sometimes the cycles are big, sometimes they're little, sometimes they're medium, and sometimes they're all happening at once. There's multiple cycles going on. But I know that if I've been successful before, I can be successful again, and it's only a matter of time. There's no failure that is so insurmountable that I will never be successful again. So I just try to store those successes in the back of my mind so that I can call on them when I need them. And so the flip side of that is, how do we use failures? And I think the first thing that I need to say is, when I took my ego out of failures, it became very liberating. I was no longer as attached to the results. And so that then made me more willing to try things, which we've got to do. We have got to try new things. And sometimes these new things don't work. But now we know that it doesn't work, and so we can move on. Like Thomas Edison said, it's like, I haven't failed. I've just found 1,000 ways that didn't give me the success I needed. He said something like that. Sorry, I totally butchered that quote. But failure is just a stepping stone to success. When it becomes not a stepping stone in a permanent place, it's when you stop moving. So keep going. And like I said, try to remember your previous successes so that you can call on those when you do hit a failure and you get hurt. And these successes build on each other. You know, and they don't have to be big. They can be little victories. And don't forget what little victories you've had along your way. Do you remember the first time you picked up your instrument and made a sound with it? That was a success. You had never done that before. That was something that you wanted to do. You heard somebody else doing that. You said, I want to do that. You got the instrument and you made sound with it. That's a success. Do you remember the first time you turned your sound into a song? Maybe the first time you performed that song in front of someone? Or maybe the first time you recorded that song? These are all successes that I think are easy for us to overlook and maybe disregard and say, well, yeah, anybody can do that. And it's not anybody can do that, but you did do that. And not everybody does do it. So remember your successes, no matter how small or insignificant you may think that they are. And these daily rituals, practice schedules, this is how success builds. It builds exponentially through structure. So when you stay on a schedule, when you stay on a structured schedule, it will give you exponential results. And whatever schedule you have, it's like it's like your morning ritual. It doesn't need to be large if you don't have the time or you don't have the energy, but it needs to be consistent. If you're like, I got 5 minutes to give to it, give 5 minutes to it. 5 minutes at 5 p.m., I can do that. Then do that, commit to it. And then it will eventually grow because you'll feel like, hey, this is good. This is working and I want to expand it. So 5 minutes will turn into 10 minutes. And then you'll keep doing 10 minutes and 10 minutes. And then that will expand to 15. So I think, the message is it doesn't matter how small the seed is, but you've got to plant it. And then you've got to water it. Excuse me. The last thing that I wanted to mention about becoming unfocused or unable to create is that we need to allow ourselves to take breaks. Sometimes our ears get tired. We lose objectivity. Sometimes we didn't sleep well the night before and we're genuinely worn out. Obviously, you don't want to say, well, I'm a little bit tired, so I'm going to take a break. If you're not tired. So you need to know you need to know your body, and you need to determine if you need a break or if you're being lazy. And this is where we start to compare ourselves to how we did the day before, right? You're not supposed to compare yourselves to other people. You're supposed to compare yourself to your previous version of yourself. So it's kind of like exercising. If you ran like 5 miles yesterday and we're fine with it, then run 5 miles again. Don't run 1 mile. Keep up that pace that you have and slowly build on it. And it takes a certain amount of courage to only compare yourself to your previous versions of yourself, because in a sense, you're putting on blinders so that you can focus on your tasks. And you're saying, I don't care what other people are doing, and I don't care what other people think about what I'm doing. I'm just going to make myself better than I was yesterday. And that will lead you to the success that you're looking for. Something I like to do if I'm taking a break is I will try to meditate. I'll just sit and close my eyes and try to get rid of all the thoughts. And thoughts will come in, and that's fine. They're just like clouds passing through. Sometimes they stay for a while, sometimes they don't. I just acknowledge them and let them be. And I've noticed that when I meditate, it not only helps with my endurance when I then go back to work, but it also helps with my intuition, and I can trust myself more. Give it a try if you haven't already. The very last thing I wanted to say about these tips is Stephen King said something to the effect of, when you feel like working, you should work. And when you feel like you need inspiration, you should read. Obviously, he's a writer, so that's what he did. I think it's important for us to work. And then sometimes if we feel like we can't work or we need inspiration, then we should listen. We should listen to what other people have done. And then that will help us kind of find some energy or reanimate us. And inspire us. And it doesn't take us out of the creative field. Because we're still working with music. We're still learning about music. We're just learning in a different capacity. I hope that makes sense. I think that's going to be it for today. As always, I am here at 5 p.m. Eastern time. If you want to take some lessons, some bass lessons, some music production lessons, let me know for 100% money back guarantee. Also, if you're just a singer-songwriter or somebody who wants to, who needs some production done for your songs, I would love to help you out with that. Hit me up and we can do some work. I will see you all next Saturday. And until then, have a great rest of your day and have a great week. All right, bye-bye.